Hey guys, Ben here, and welcome back to another video. Today we are back with another live stream. It's been a while, but I'm very excited to finally be back and talking about our shows. So first things first, welcome to everyone who is in the live stream and to all of you who are going to be watching afterwards. I apologize for the lack of streams. I literally haven't streamed in like 3 weeks or so. Like, it's been a while. It's been since like March. So yeah, I have been extremely busy. That's why there's been a lack of uploads. I'm going to be very busy in May. However, I'm going to stick to my upload schedule and stick to our schedule. However, there may be some changes with like what exact time the stream shows up and stuff like that. But welcome to everyone, and thanks for sticking around. And I apologize for the lack of uploads. But yeah, so I'm excited to finally be back and streaming. And today we're just going to be talking about The Flash. I have to say first up, disclaimer, please do not spoil Superman and Lois. I have not had the time. I was filming the last 2 days and I had no time to watch Superman and Lois. Like, there was no way I could stay up or even find time afterwards. So I need to get around to watching it. So don't spoil Superman and Lois for me. That would be greatly appreciated. However, we're going to be talking about The Flash, which is very exciting because this week's episode, there's quite a lot of stuff that we need to break down and talk about together. So I'm sure you guys are going to be excited for that. So yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about in this stream. So welcome to everyone. I see Jamie in the chat, GPG, Flashverse is here. Welcome, Flashverse. Nathan is here, and also Abby and a couple of other people. So anyway, welcome to your faces. Welcome back. Yeah, so I just have to remind you guys, as usual, if you want your questions or any kind of theories that you have to be featured in the live stream, please be sure to send them in via Super Chat. Now, how do you do Super Chats? It's been a while since we streamed, so here's a little reminder. You go to the chat function. Just underneath that, you click on the $sign, and then you can choose whatever you want, and then you can also send in a topic, theory, or question, and that's going to pop up on the stream, and I will be talking about it. Sorry, and I'll pop it up just like I will pop this up. Say, oh, it looks like we actually have like a new function in Streamlabs, because that looks different. Now we can actually see like your kind of avatars properly. Like Jamie's face is big on that. There you go. So that's pretty sick. New function. There you go. Cal Roswell has been a member for 7 months. Thanks so much for being a member, Cal. I really appreciate it. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. But just start sending in questions if you have any questions, especially in regards to The Flash. Like I said, try and keep Superman and Lois spoilers to a very minimum, because I've been able to avoid them so far. And it would be nice if I can watch it without getting spoiled. So yeah, let's talk about The Flash. So this week's episode was episode 12 of season 8. Obviously very exciting because we didn't have a Flash episode last week, and that I have no idea why that was, a thing. That wasn't, I don't think there was actually any bigger reason apart from maybe like, oh, we want the Flash to end at a certain point, like maybe 1 week later than it would have. So anyway, they do these random breaks sometimes. Yeah, Supergirl is in the latest episode of Superman and Lois. I'm pretty sure I would have heard about that Flashverse if that was the case. But good try. Anyway, so yeah, episode 12. Basically, we start in a really interesting manner. And what goes on is there is a monologue. And I talked about this in my review. I highly recommend you guys go check out my review if you haven't watched it. I posted it about like nearly 3 to 4 hours ago. So go check it out, watch it again to support the videos. I really appreciate if you guys watch it. And yeah, Jamie, 14 months member. Thanks, Jamie. You are awesome. But yeah, so we start with this monologue, and at first, like I said in my review, I wasn't sure if it was the Flash. I was like, am I watching a different show or something? Like, I genuinely, for like 1 minute, actually was like, okay. And then I heard the voice and I was like, all right, this kind of sounds like Ronnie. So I just assumed, oh, maybe they're doing like a kind of introduction for him. And turns out, yeah. And that was absolutely crazy because they haven't done that in a long time. Like, they've actually skipped doing the "My name is Barry Allen and I am the fastest man alive" for like a couple of years now. Like, I don't remember the last time. So yeah, it was nice to have that kind of introduction, even though it wasn't Barry doing it. And yeah, so you get Deathstorm talking, and then he reveals himself. We go over back to where we left off with Deathstorm basically revealing himself in front of Caitlin. And so he reveals himself, transforms into Deathstorm, and that's at the point where he like goes up to Caitlin, and Caitlin is like, "Whoa, what the hell is going on?" Like, and then he kind of explains, "Oh, I'm from somewhere else, blah blah blah." Like, I'm not running Raymond. So, that's kind of our big storyline in this episode is the reveal of Deathstorm and what does Deathstorm actually want. So we'll explore that more and we'll talk about that more in just a second. However, for now, let's go ahead and talk about this. We have a big super chat from Atlantic Ocean who sends in at £8.99 super chat. Thank you very, very much for the donation. I really appreciate it. I always appreciate you guys, especially when you support the channel because you guys are awesome. Atlantic Ocean says, with all the stuff about Ezra, I hope he can get help and it won't hurt the Flash movie. Have you heard anything about Sasha as Supergirl or the new trailer that was shown in Vegas? So yeah, right now they were doing CinemaCon, and I'm pretty sure the Flash was at CinemaCon. I'm going to do some digging into that because I do plan to put out a new kind of Flash film related video that's going to be related to Supergirl as well sometime in like the next week or so. So be expecting some content on that. However, with all the stuff with Ezra, yes, I've kept up to date with that. I haven't really talked about it publicly. I mean, someone needs to put like some hold him back, like actually help him get a grip or something. I don't know what's going on in his life. However, it's not healthy and it doesn't bode well for the Flash film either, and especially with their publicity. I mean, just look at, Fantastic Beasts, like that's had a lot of trouble and it affected the film. So this has the possibility to affect the Flash, and there is definitely a real reason to kind of, I don't know, get like a little bit worried. Like there could be a sort of backlash to the film. However, considering it's a DC film, it's The Flash, and everyone's been waiting for this film so long. You got so many other things. Like the film is much more, as far as we know, than just Ezra's film. It's about Iris. It's about Michael Keaton's Batman. It's about Supergirl. It's about so much more than just Barry, although he is the main character. So I feel like people are gonna give it a shot, even if Ezra's in it. But yeah, no, I haven't heard much about Sasha as Supergirl recently, although, every once in a while we do talk about it, and, sometimes they give out little bits of updates. And considering that there was a new trailer shown at CinemaCon in Vegas, I will do some more digging into that, and that will be a proper video. So yeah, thank you so much for the donation, Atlantic Ocean. I really appreciate it. I think this is the first time you donated, unless you're on a different account. So you're awesome. Thank you once again. Cal Roswell sends in a super chat. He sends in a 99-cent super chat. I appreciate the support, Cal. If you want to send a sticker, let me know. What sticker did you intend? I know you like to send stickers sometimes, so also Gary likes to send stickers as well. So thanks so much, Cal. I appreciate your support. Atlantic Ocean with another super chat. Thank you very much, Atlantic Ocean, for doing another $8.99 super chat. I really appreciate it. Have you heard anything about the plot of the film, about how the Flash finds/meets Supergirl, and will it have too much Batman? So, in regards to Batman, I don't actually know how much Batman we're going to have in the film. However, I was actually on the set when they were filming The Flash. Like, they were filming in London, and one day I went down to the set and I was just, walking around, seeing Central City, basically, kind of scouting. I actually saw Ezra. He was filming, and Kelsey Clemens. And then as I left, actually, Michael Keaton showed up on the set. And also Sasha Calais as Supergirl did show up, and I was like this close to seeing both of them. But as far as I'm aware, and according to reports, he's going to be fairly substantial Batman in this film. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be like the biggest character, because I think he's going to be bigger in the Batgirl film, which is coming out later in the year, because it seems like all the set photos I've seen of that film is just like Batman, 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 Batman. So you can presume, yeah, maybe you're going to see more of him in that film rather than The Flash. However, it seems he is pretty integral to whatever goes down in The Flash because, yeah, he's definitely got a decently big role. But in regards to the plot of the film about how the Flash finds and meets Supergirl, I don't really have solid evidence to say anything concrete yet about how exactly they cross paths. And I don't know if it's kind of staying in the canon of the Man of Steel films and, Zack Snyder kind of universe, because I believe a version of Supergirl is already on Earth. And you could presume they take the normal Kara Danvers route where, she's been on Earth all this time and she finally suits up. But yeah, haven't heard too much really in regards to their meeting. But that's all of my guesses as of right now. So thank you very much, Atlantic Ocean. Okay. Flashverse. Literally going crazy. Flashverse freaking out. I need to check this. Paigey saying it's not true. Let me check my Patreon. So apparently Canada Graphs has posted something. But I got a feeling it might be a Flashverse trolling. I don't know. We'll see later, but probably. If you're trolling, you watch out. You watch out. That is your warning. Flashverse. Welcome, Paigey, to the live stream, and yes, I will shave. Just busy. Too busy to shave. Yeah, so let's continue on with the Flash. So previously I was talking about Deathstorm and what's going on with him, especially at the start of the episode, because, Deathstorm reveals himself and later he reveals kind of his plans, and we get a little bit of an insight of what is to come in the next couple of episodes with Deathstorm. And so basically the big reveal is he wants Caitlin to be his bride, and he's come across, from this alternate dimension, let's say, and he's finally found a way to come to Earth, and he's made it, and now he's going after Caitlin, and he will do everything in his power in order to transform her to become his bride and to become more like him. You can presume he wants to give her the same powers. He wants to make her, made out of the same energy as him, because maybe normal humans can't go through to that dimension maybe she needs to be specifically made different. But nevertheless, it's clear he will do absolutely anything in order to make sure that Caitlin comes with him on wherever he plans to go. Like, I don't know if he plans to continue being a villain or anything, or after he successfully, transforms Caitlin, is he going to go off? They're going to live happily ever after? What's the plan? I don't know the exact plan. However, we'll probably see in the next couple of episodes. Yeah, watch out for spoilers for Superman and Lois. I have not seen it. Nathan is going to be blocking them before I see them, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But yeah, once again, reminder that you guys can send in super chat questions if you want to be featured on the stream and support the channel. It's a really good way to do that. And this week's live stream is going to be like kind of a half live stream, a bit shorter than normal, only because I haven't watched Superman and Lois, and it's mainly like a comeback kind of stream where it's like, I'm back and we're going to be properly starting to stream once again, going on next week. So yeah, uploads back to normal and live streams back to normal and everything like that, even though still busy, but committed to this, guys. So yeah, send in super chats. Really appreciate your support. And let's move on to the next thing. So at one point we see Allegra and she sees her cousin Esperanza once again. And so I'm pretty sure that was, like a manifestation of, her cousin. And, finally she is back, or so it seems. And she's all creepy, and like the camera work uses lots of like candid angles. The camera's shaking all over the place. And basically in this episode they actually use like a lot of kind of different techniques that they don't normally use. Like in Iris's shots, it was handheld and they were kind of like canted as well, and just randomly going to different places rather than anything more static or on tracks or on a steady cam or something like that, or on an easy rig. That means handheld, by the way, sorry. So yeah, Allegra sees her cousin and we're like, what the hell, how is she back? But then you're like, oh yeah, Deathstorm, he can do this stuff. And yeah, so it was interesting seeing her back. Again, there is the big debate about them switching back and forth between Spanish and English. Does anyone know in the chat if the actress who plays Allegra is Spanish? I would presume she is. But anyway, that's like a big debate online that people are always talking about. Like, is it natural to go from Spanish to English? Should it not just be pure Spanish or pure English? Again, that's just like a personal thing. Lots of people speak in different ways. But yeah, it's interesting, and yeah, that's sure. She's Italian. Okay, so similar language, kind of in some ways. A lot of Italians understand some Spanish, and some Spanish understand Italians. So it makes sense that she would bounce back and forth if she doesn't know like properly how to speak Spanish. So you get the lines and basically you say the lines, and you can pretty much do it if you know how to speak Italian. It's like, I don't know what's a good comparison. It's like German person speaking Dutch. I don't know. No real good comparison. But anyway, there is crossover in those languages, basically what I'm trying to get at. And apparently Esperanza is Filipino, so none of them are actually Latina. But yeah, it's interesting, and I'm not a huge fan of the Esperanza character, but I actually didn't mind her showing up again because it kind of uh, gave Allegra a little bit to do in this episode rather than just being there to ask questions like, as part of Team Flash. But yeah, let's move on to the next bit of the live stream. Gary's behind me. Where's Gary? I don't know where Gary is, but anyway. Remember, guys, if you want to be featured in the live stream, please be sure to send in super chats by clicking the $sign underneath the chat function, and your question will be featured on a live stream like this. And we'll be sure to go over it. And like I said, this is a shorter stream. We are going towards the end of the stream, like the last 10-15 minutes or so. So that's why I'm saying now is the time to send it in if you have anything that you want to send in, and if you want to support the channel. Yeah, this is just a reminder for you guys. But let's continue on from here. So we have Cecile being a conduit again for a villain. I mentioned this in my review, but a nitpick of mine is the fact that this always happens to Cecile. Like, I believe, like, her pure function in the show, how to be tired, is literally to be a voice piece for the emotions of the character, because she literally goes up to all of our characters and is like, "Oh, Barry, I know exactly how you feel. Like, I could feel it from the other room." And then she goes on to explain that feeling. And then she goes on to explain another feeling. And then part of the whole plan of this episode to try and find where Deathstorm is to tap into her powers. And so that she can go search across the city looking for grief and basically get absorbed by the amazing amount of power that Deathstorm has, or any villain has. But yeah, I'm to be honest, I'm getting a little bit tired of that kind of concept happening so many times, being a conduit. However, what do you guys think about that? I want to know, do you feel similar to me? Do you feel like her being taken over is just like something they've done like 5 too many times? Or do you think it's good? Was it creepy to you? I didn't find it that creepy because I could tell she was just like miming it. It's not very scary. Like, yeah, I know they have to mime it, and it's the voice of, a Robbie Amell, but yeah, I don't know if it works that much, and I feel like it's a device they've used one too many times. Flash First says, for ethical reasons, she ends up reading everyone's minds. Yeah, they didn't check anyone if they were okay with that. So, GPG says, yeah, definitely overdone. So good that someone agrees with me. Okay, let's move on. So we talked about Cecile, we talked about Allegra, we talked about Deathstorm. Well, we're going to explore Deathstorm more in the next coming episodes, probably take a visit to that dimension, or at least get an explainer of what that dimension actually is. That's obviously, I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really liking how Deathstorm is. I like his CGI. I think he's one of the best CGI kind of creations the show's ever done. Like, it looks very consistent. There was only one janky bit where he was just talking at the start of the episode, and he was kind of like leaning forward a bit and like doing a couple of like motions that seemed a bit like CGI. However, it's very impressive overall. But yeah, we actually have a super chat just after I yawned. I really do apologize, guys. I really don't mean it. Our Watch is back. Welcome, Our Watch, to the stream. I'm sure you've been here for a while. He says, "Hi, how have you been? Anything you're excited for from CinemaCon? The Meg horror movie seems interesting. Also, thoughts on CW shows that still haven't been renewed. So, overall, how have I been? Yeah, pretty good. Like I said earlier, just been pretty busy. That's why the uploads haven't been daily or once every 2 days. However, we are getting back to that at least once every 2 days. So don't worry about that. And the stream's going to be coming back to the usual. So it's all going to be good. It's all, hopefully going back. And I apologize for that. Also, I got pretty good news. We have a sponsor for an upcoming video. Probably going to be Supergirl related. So be on the lookout for that. Should come out sometime like next week. So I've been working on that as well. So, just a bunch of stuff behind the scenes. But anything you're excited for from CinemaCon? Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, all of these trailers, and I'm going to see Top Gun pretty soon at the Cannes Film Festival in May. Really excited to go to that. Probably going to be live streaming from there and making videos from France for a while. I'm there for like over 2 weeks for the festival. Super excited. So yeah, Top Gun's definitely something from CinemaCon. Specifically The Flash and anything DC related. Hell yeah. I think I retweeted something that I was excited for. Like, I know they showed some Doctor Strange footage and they showed a couple of things. Oh, they announced that A Quiet Place is going to be the next film's titled A Quiet Place Day One. That's exciting. Also they announced that, I don't know if it was at CinemaCon, but they announced that pre-production has begun for June 2, and that the most exciting thing was the Batman sequel being officially a go. Like, I'm so excited. That's going to be sick. I love the Batman. Okay, so the Meg horror movie seems interesting. Yeah, I watched the first Meg and it was interesting. I wouldn't say it was that good. It was kind of crazy. But yeah, I always like a sharp film, but especially Jaws. Also, thoughts on the CW shows that haven't been renewed. So yeah, people have been like posting nonstop about renew Legends, renew Batwoman, obviously Naomi as well. I've seen that a bit less online, I guess because it's new, but people have been freaking out, and I feel like it's not a bad thing that they haven't announced it yet. Yeah, maybe a healthy dose of skepticism isn't the worst thing right now, considering they haven't announced it. But I don't think it's the end of the world. I don't think they're going to just like randomly cancel it. They're going to announce, maybe we have a final season of Legends or something like that, if that is their plan. And that's okay. Like, I don't think they're just going to randomly cancel two of their relatively big shows. Like, Legends has been going on for so long. So don't worry about any sort of cancellations. If they announce anything, it will be just, a show ending, but you will get like one more season or half a season or something like that. So thanks for the super chat, I'll watch. I really appreciate it. Cal comes in with another super chat, $4.99. Thanks so much, Cal. Cal says, do you think Cecile will leave the show since Joe is leaving the show? No, I don't think Cecile's going to leave, to be honest, because it's all based on like, the actors' availability and what they feel like. And I feel like maybe Jesse L. Martin was just kind of ready to do something different. And he's still going to be appearing. He's just not going to be a regular. And I don't think that is like, in reality, there will be an excuse for Cecile's actors to not show up. However, I think the show is going to take what they can get if they sort of keep as many characters as possible, to be honest, because they're going to be running out soon with all the original cast members eventually leaving. So I think she's going to stick around for a while. Okay, so let's move on. Oh, Our Watch says not the Meg. My bad. Oh yeah, it's that Megan film about an AI doll from James Wan. Yeah, that looked interesting, that poster. I saw that poster. We'll see how it is. I love James Wan stuff, so I love his horror stuff, so I'm looking forward to that. But let's talk about the Iris and Sue storyline. This is the final topic. Send in your final super chat questions right now as we go through this final topic. And if you have anything, put it in the chat. Let me know any good theories. So Iris and Sue, they're kind of dealing with the time sickness still. Like last 3-4 episodes, they've been doing that. This episode, Tanya was in all the past episodes, but since she attacked Iris, and Iris disappeared, Tanya wasn't in this episode. Good excuse. But Iris reappears and Barry goes straight towards her. And when he gets notified by Sue that Iris is back. And throughout this episode, they're waiting for Dion to come back, but Dion goes missing. Like, he doesn't show up for half of the episode. And you're like, something's off. And so it turns out that Dion can't actually see Iris's future, but he can see everyone else's, and he is slowly being infected by the time sickness because of Iris. Now, we still don't know the origins of this, but it's probably something to do with being exposed to maybe some other forces, probably specifically the Still Force. And in the end of the episode, Iris is actually able to overcome her time sickness, which obviously is a big deal for her. Now, let's move on to the final thing, again, still to do with Iris, the ending of the episode. We get the reveal that Eddie Thawne is back, or so it seems. Now, I haven't watched the trailer on purpose for next week's episode because I don't want to be spoiled, because I heard some people online saying, oh, the next trailer spoils why Eddie's back and everything, so don't post it in the chat. I would appreciate it. But yeah, it's very interesting, and I like the cliffhanger. It definitely got me excited for next week. I'm like, why is he back? I want to know more, and that's why I don't want to be spoiled. So good stuff, and overall, I think Eddie Thawne coming back is very intriguing, to be honest. But yeah, let's see in the chat if we got anything. So Ben, do you think that Eddie is just Deathstorm messing with Iris, or do you think it's really him back from the past because of the time sickness? I actually think it could be a real Eddie. Again, I haven't watched the trailer, so I don't know, and I don't want to know. But I would theorize that maybe it's, him being displaced throughout time, and maybe this is just Eddie still when they were together and when Eddie was alive. And so that's why he reacts like this. And it's a little bit creepy. So you can presume maybe this is like Eddie, an alternate version of Eddie. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But thanks for the question. Gary Gammon is here. Gary, welcome to the live stream. You joined right as we are ending. We are literally in like the last 5 minutes or so. So if you have any questions, send them in right now. But in regards to your super chat, Gary, I am not mad at you. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. And I'm sorry again to all of you guys for the lack of streams over the last couple of weeks. Again, things are going back to normal in terms of our schedule at the DCTV show, and hopefully you guys are going to be watching the videos every single day that they come out. Remember, they normally come out in the period between like 7 p.m. UK time to like maybe 11 or 12 p.m. UK time, latest 12 p.m. So always be on the lookout for that. And once every 2 days, or if not daily, but daily is a bit hard to be honest right now because I am still busy, but I can commit to once every 2 days for sure. So Gary sends in another super chat. He says, do you think The Flash is going to have a season 10? So there was rumors recently via like the Hollywood Reporter that there's been some talk of maybe like a half season for a final season like Arrow did. I could see that happening for a season 10, definitely so. I do think The Flash is having a season 10 for sure. However, I don't know if it's going to be like shorter or longer. That is the big question as of right now. But thank you once again for the super chat. Gary. Dwan has a question. I got a question about the show Naomi this season. That's all suck. I obviously don't like it. I hope to see it go to change their mind and do Painkiller because Naomi is bad, basically. Yeah, I know that you really like Painkiller, and it's a shame that, it never came to be. However, I don't think they're going to go back and change anything, which is the sad truth, I guess, for you. But yeah, so I haven't watched Naomi still, so got lots of catching up to do. But yeah, I'm glad to catch up as well. I'll watch. Don't worry. I literally haven't streamed in like 3 weeks, so you have no excuse. I'm the one that needs to come up with something. But yeah, it's good to see you, and I hope you have a good weekend too. But Gary sends in another super chat, 199 super chat. Thank you very much, Gary. He says, "How's the virus in England?" Right now, I think the cases have risen a bit. Again, this is YouTube, so I can't really talk about it that much. So I'll go carefully around my words. But right now, it's okay. It's probably what I would say. Like, it's all right. You could look up London or the UK online, and you could probably see it. But yeah, I haven't stayed like too much up to date in terms of like the actual news. But in terms of like me and the people around me, no one's really getting the virus as of right now. So maybe once in a while, like someone gets it, but doing okay, I think, in terms of me specifically. But yeah, thank you very much, Gary, for the super chat, and thanks to everyone who has joined and been a part of this live stream. We're going into the final minutes. I did extend it a tiny bit longer than I planned. We're going to end at the 40-minute mark. So any final questions we're going to answer now. So what's your favorite episode this season? I really don't know. I can't remember half of the episodes. Like, my head is like full of lots of different stuff. I can't think back. Like, I like Armageddon. I'll say Armageddon. Like, one of those episodes was good. Was very good. But yeah, I literally can't remember like week to week. That's just me. I got a terrible memory. So that's not anything against the show. Cal says, when are you going to join the after party again? Yeah, I've been in contact with Eric, and I'm going to hopefully start rejoining in the next week or so. Maybe if not this week, the next week, and I'll be back. But like I said, just been like ridiculously busy finishing my dissertation and my final graduation film, because if you guys didn't know, I am graduating this year, and this is literally like my final week. My final assignment is due on Monday. So yeah, pretty busy. Tomorrow I'm going to be working on that. But yeah, in the meantime, filming and stuff like that, doing filming jobs. Filming's done and it's all good, and I have slept, don't worry. It's just literally like sometimes when you're looking at the screen for so long, because you're looking at the camera, and when you stare too much, you kind of like slowly start to get a bit drowsy, and it just happens. Like, when you watch like TV or something and you kind of slowly fall asleep, it happens when you're just looking at screen. And I mean, I'm talking to myself literally, but I'm talking to you guys in the chat as well. So anyway, it just happens. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, and thank you to everyone who showed up, including Gary and everyone who came a bit later, and to everyone who was at the start and the people who were watching afterwards. I appreciate you guys, and thanks so much to everyone who donated throughout the live stream. Really helps out the channel. I appreciate you guys. Also, remember, you can become a member of the channel if you want to help out. And also, I am still running my crowdfunder for a film that I'm directing sometime in the summer or potentially a bit later. but that is currently happening right now. Links in the description and in the chat if you want to go check out the page, the Indiegogo page. It's in the chat if you want to come and support my film. Again, you have the option of donating as little as like £1 or $1 or whatever you want, and then you can go as big as you like. Nathan's actually supported it, so I appreciate you, Nathan, and other people have as well. So yeah, it's going good so far, and if you want to help, click the link in the chat right now. That's a link to my fundraiser for a film that I'll be directing. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys have a good evening and get some sleep. I'm definitely gonna go to sleep as well. But yeah, so I'll catch you guys later. Hopefully we'll have lots of videos out in the next couple of days. So okay, I'll catch you guys.